Y'all know I'm supposed to come home. Y'all know I'm home all the time. I'm on house arrest. So y'all take the opportunity that I'm not home. Y'all see me on live stream with Jack Doherty in Miami, and y'all do that. That's shit. That's whack. Get no coupon for. I don't think nobody respects that shit.
A clearer picture started coming together when reports dropped about a wild situation at 6ix9ine's home where 4 armed intruders allegedly stormed inside, tied up his mother at gunpoint, and pressed her for access to anything valuable. The whole thing sounded unreal, especially because 6ix9ine wasn't even there. He was all the way in Miami, locked in on a live stream with creator Jack Doherty. The timing had people talking, the motive had folks guessing, and the pressure around the situation instantly hit a whole new level.
Hey, stay out here. You're right. Yo, come on.
The incident instantly brought back everyone's fears about how fame, nonstop visibility, and the internet can put a target on someone's back. Investigators and street analysts said the suspects clearly weren't moving sloppy. They hit a house connected to a major public figure and carried themselves like they already knew the layout. Nothing about it felt random, and that's what made the situation even more unsettling. As the story spread, people online started breaking down how far some individuals or groups will go when they're chasing quick money through pressure and intimidation instead of earning it the right way. Commentators pointed out that this wasn't just a one-off moment. It fit a bigger pattern where certain people try to force their way into a lifestyle they never built, and the break-in sparked a harsh reminder about the risks that come with entertainers who live loud, move flashy, or carry public personas that attract fans and enemies at the same time. After everything hit the news, 6ix9ine finally spoke out with a response that showed real emotional weight. You could tell the situation shook him, not just because his own family member went through something terrifying, but because parts of the chaos were tied to the image he's created over the years. Some analysts even pointed out that he seemed to understand how his public actions brought extra attention his way. Attention that the people around him never asked for and weren't prepared to deal with.
What's up? So I want to make this video to clear up all the fake news and rumors. So the world knows this. It's a fact. I'm on house arrest. I've been on house arrest. I think everyone in America and everyone across the world knows that I'm on house arrest. Yesterday, they allowed me to leave for work. People, I guess, saw that I was on live stream with Jack Doherty. They took that opportunity to do some shit. Like I said, it's me, so I get it. The rules are different for me. But if it was your favorite artist, your favorite actor, and that was done, they don't get no cool points for that. My mom is 60 years old. Y'all know I'm supposed to come home. Y'all know I'm home all the time. I'm on house arrest. So y'all take the opportunity that I'm not home. Y'all see me on live stream with Jack Doherty in Miami, and y'all do that. That's shit. That's whack. Get no coupon for. I don't think nobody respects that shit.
Industry watchers said that even people who heavily criticized 6ix9ine's past choices agreed on one thing. Nothing he's done in the public eye should ever lead to his family being put in danger. That was a hard line for everyone, a moment that separated normal entertainment drama from real-life criminal behavior that crossed every personal boundary imaginable. But a lot of folks also pointed out something that had been building for months before the break-in. 6ix9ine had been showing way too much of his private world online, dropping interviews from inside his house, filming full walkthroughs of his rooms, and putting very specific details of his property on camera. Creators like Trap Lord Ross, Adam 22, and DJ Vlad had all filmed pieces inside his home, giving viewers clear looks at angles, hallways, layouts, and even pieces of the surrounding landscape. With so much of that content floating around the internet, people said it wasn't hard for someone with bad intentions to study his setup and figure out how he moved day to day. The access was wide open, the visuals were detailed, and anyone determined enough could learn way more than he probably meant to give away. On top of all that, he kept flashing big stacks of cash on camera, leaving piles of money sitting out on shelves like decorations. People who reviewed the footage said the amounts looked serious, and anyone watching could see exactly where he stored it. When you mix that with publicly showing parts of your home, experts said it created the kind of high-risk situation that cybersecurity and personal security specialists warn public figures about all the time. What made the setup even more dangerous was something 6ix9ine admitted in multiple interviews. He didn't keep armed security around him. He explained that legal restrictions stopped him from having firearms in his house because of past cases and ongoing oversight. Analysts said that once you put all the details together, a known address, visible wealth, and no armed protection, it turned into a setup that the wrong people could take advantage of way too easily.
Come for the blind date.
Okay. Oh, the cash?
No.
Oh, sorry. How much cash is that?
Well, it's fake.
Security specialists called the situation a straight-up example of how putting too much online can accidentally open the door for the wrong kind of attention. Even with all the warnings, 6ix9ine kept up a pattern of posting taunts, dropping slick comments, and getting into loud online back and forth with different groups and individuals, many of whom already had long-running issues with him. That mix of tension and publicity had people saying he was playing a risky game without realizing how fast things could escalate. Commentators also pointed out that this behavior was especially wild considering his legal situation. He openly said more than once that he couldn't legally have a firearm in his home, and he couldn't even let an armed guard stay on the property without breaking the terms of his supervision, a mistake that could hit him with serious consequences. But even with those restrictions hanging over him, he kept jumping into online arguments, firing back at entertainers and even entire crews. It created a messy setup where the digital drama didn't match the level of real protection he actually had. After everything went down, people noticed a real change in how he moved online. His posts shifted toward messages about peace, unity, and making things right, and he even announced a Christian-themed track that surprised a lot of viewers. The timing caught attention because it came after years of loud arguments, messy back and forths, and a digital persona built on pushing tension to the limit. Industry watchers compared his new tone to what other artists have done when their public conflicts start turning into actual danger. They said this kind of switch usually shows up when someone realizes the drama isn't just entertainment anymore. It can spill into real life and hit people around them. The sudden focus on positivity made observers feel like he was trying to step away from the chaos before anything else spiraled further.
Look up a system is.
Let's go.
Look this up. They say 6ix9ine can't have armed guards. You can't have guns around you.
Really? Okay. Didn't know that.
Look it up. We appealed it in the appeals court. 3 higher judges said, how are you going to blast this kid's cooperation and then take his guns away? Overturn the court's ruling.
So you could have armed security.
Gave me guns back.
Right.
Right?
And we're in Florida, so you could have a carry permit pretty easily.
Now watch this. March 12th, 2025. I get raided. They find a gun in here, right? It's concealed. It's permitted, right, by my brother. The
Wait,
judge.
it's concealed? I don't understand that part.
It's license. He has a license.
Okay, yeah, your brother's gun.
Yeah.
Right, got it.
My brother gives, this property. He gives the document.
Right.
This is mine. My brother has nothing to do with it. The judge rules April 21st. I'm stripping his gun license away.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Okay.
right?
That's crazy.
Why am I paying a security, right? This guy's armed in the mall. I'm no longer able to have licensed security. You understand me now?
I feel you.
I feel you, right?
You're in a catch. You're in a catch-22.
I could put my glasses on?
Damn if you do.
Can I
Damn if
put
you
my
don't.
glasses back on?
Go.
In the post he made after the home invasion, he leaned heavily into faith, talking about reflection and treating the whole situation like a wake-up call. It sounded like he was trying to reset his mindset, but analysts weren't convinced the shift would last. They pointed out that earlier in the same year, he was still online sending sharp comments toward groups like the Latin Kings, talking about retaliation while dropping his location for everyone to see. That kind of behavior didn't line up with someone trying to calm things down. It looked more like he was feeding the tension instead of cooling it off. When police later confirmed details, they explained that the people who broke into his home weren't connected to the group he had been talking about online at all. They were completely separate individuals with no ties to the Latin Kings. But analysts still stressed that the bigger issue wasn't about one specific group. It was the pattern he kept creating. With all the visibility, the public arguments, the taunts, and the non-stop attention around his movements, he kept making himself look like an easy target to anyone watching for the wrong reasons. People started pointing out the contradictions in how he was moving. On one side, he was talking about keeping the peace and stepping away from all the conflict, but then his online activity would slip right back into tough talk and confrontational moments. It didn't make sense, especially since everyone knew he couldn't legally defend himself the way most people in high-risk situations usually can. The gap between his words and his actions had folks questioning whether he truly understood how dangerous things had become. Security experts said one of the biggest mistakes was publicly admitting he didn't have armed protection. They explained that once you tell the world you can't keep a firearm and you can't even hire armed guards to stay in your home, you're basically giving anyone with bad intentions a clear advantage. That meant any serious confrontation could put him and the people around him in a dangerous position with no real way to respond. And the crew that broke into his home showed exactly how fast someone could take advantage of that kind of vulnerability.
Say it again.
Boosie tried to hype some people up. Somebody need to get him. Somebody got it. He said, I got they bond and never made they bond.
And mind you, listen to me. For the people that talk about, 6ix9ine, the only reason I'ma get my get back, even if it give me life, nigga, trust me. The reason for that, did they pay their bond? He's still in jail right now.
Right now.
Maybe one came out, had nothing to do with it. It got probably to do with his pops. I'ma get life. Even I'ma get my get back, even if I get life, nigga, trust me.
Analysts went back through his interviews and online clips from the weeks leading up to the incident, and a lot of them said the heavy exposure probably played a direct role in what happened. With his wealth on display, parts of his address visible in different videos, and public statements about having no real security, the setup created a situation that was almost impossible to control. It looked like every piece of information someone needed was already out there. As the conversation spread online, people argued over whether this break-in was part of a bigger pattern that hits high-profile figures who overshare or get into conflicts with people who don't play around. Commentators asked what this meant for his career too, since a lot of his interview numbers came from him being outspoken and diving into messy situations. If the same content that brings views also brings danger, the whole approach starts to look risky in a way that can't be ignored. By the end of the discussion, most observers agreed on one thing. When public figures carry long-running feuds, stay highly visible, and move without strong protection, the mix becomes dangerous fast. This situation showed how tough it is for someone living under legal restrictions to stay active, stay relevant, and still stay safe at the same time. It also highlighted how thin the line can be between maintaining a public image and keeping yourself and your loved ones out of harm's way. If you want more breakdowns like this, make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment, share the video, and see you on the next one.